Yo, ethics on the beat by Omega. Yo, yo, I got a blank page that I cover in ink. I gotta make change through this pen that I grip. The water's too hot for these hallucinogens, and who can pretend my lifestyle was cruising?
These bikes are 450 motocross bikes. 450 motocross frames, 450 motocross swing arms, 450 motocross motors. The only thing that we're doing is putting different front ends on them, changing the height, we're changing the rear shock out, putting bodywork on it in rear sets. Different exhaust. I mean, it's really a simple project, and something that any young kid is going to be able to get his hands on in the future and be able to go out and race.
We looked at a frame and said, if you move it forward and turn it into a road racer, and I wasn't sure, and Roland called me up one day and strapped a road race front end and said, you know what? This could actually, instead of being a motocross with a supermoto bike with a fairing, it could be a road racer. And Roland rode the first one out at Willow, straight out of the box, and turns left and right and works just like a road racer.
By my side till I know who to trust. Surround myself with the people that'll help me to grow. Find my place.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's amazing how good these bikes can work with stock motocross stuff. So
now, how does this compare to your 125 GP purpose-built road racing bike?
It's actually pretty similar. I mean, the power is quite a bit different, of course, but I mean, they have a few tweaks to work out. But I mean, once it's rolling, then it's going to be good for sure. Being like one of the first ones on this bike, on any road race track is definitely a cool experience. And yeah, I mean, racing out there with Kevin Schwantz is pretty fun.
Yeah, we saw that you spanked Kevin Schwantz. Showing him the right lines around the track and everything.
Yeah, sure.
For the most part, it doesn't feel too far off. You know, we need to make a few little adjustments to rear suspension to get it to hold the bike up a little better. With that, I think we'll solve some problems that we're having with the front. But just out there playing around, they're really a big kick in the pants, and I think they might be a really good beginner class. You know, whether it's WER, whether it's AMA, wherever it might be.
Something that could begin to take the place of the two-strokes as they continue to take their nosedive.
Well, you know, being a two-stroke guy, I really hate to see that and hate to say that, but you know, I think from an expense side of things, maybe, and this is just maybe. I mean, yeah, there's a whole lot more moving parts in a four-stroke, so it may not really even be that much cheaper. It may be the initial investment may seem cheaper. I know it was something that several people mentioned to me when we first started talking about the Daytona 200 being four strokes. They're like, oh, geez, you know how high dollar, how expensive those machines are going to get. And I think we've seen it now in MotoGP when they went from 500s to 1000s and now to 800s. The expenses just continue to go through the roof. But trying to keep this as standard of a class as they can will really help. Suspension linkages, everything remaining the same except changing the forks and the offset.
The faster we go on them, the more we're going to work out, you know, the handling situation. But obviously, I mean, the horsepower, they're not an incredibly fast bike. We're looking at, you know, 50 horsepower, 50 to 60 horsepower for them. What it really does is puts the emphasis on the rider. And this bike, the handling capabilities of this bike, I mean, you're going to be able to pass 600 Supersport bikes in the corners. You know, they're going to work very, very well handling, so.
They run like a road racer. It's going to be affordable and spec class. Keep the manufacturer colors on the bikes and get the fan to ID with the brand, the capacity, and the rider, and be able to read the numbers. And judging by the comments on people here, it's going to get a whole raft of new guys road racing because they just don't want to step into a 600. And they've all got dirt bikes, so now everybody's going, well, when the kit's going to be out, you know? I'm going to build me one, so.
Yo, I got a blank page that I cover in ink.